Straight A students are some of the dumbest people I've ever met. I am a former straight A student myself. I'm a Dean's List scholar in engineering in college, and it almost completely ruined my life. Straight A students fail for several different reasons, and it's the worst kind of failure too, because very smart people get very great jobs out of school, they work really hard, and they don't fail until they're like 35 to 40, when all of a sudden they're trapped. This is for the straight A students or very smart, driven people out there that want to start your own company. The problem with being in this circle of elite academics is you get focused on playing the wrong game entirely. If you're a straight A student, first and foremost, you are used to getting constant feedback. So you take that test every month, you have that homework assignment every week, you're getting A pluses, you're getting constant validation, you're on the right path, you're great, you're really good. And as you get into corporate America, what you find is you're playing games within games within games that aren't even mapped out to the real world. So your straight A student that is used to every week getting an A on their homework, every week an A on their test, every year at Thanksgiving saying, wow, little Johnny's doing great, on his way to get that engineering degree, all of a sudden you get into corporate and now it's your quarterly business review. You're optimizing your KPIs. You're literally going out of your way to do things that just serve the way that you are evaluated, not the actual customer, not someone who's actually potentially interested in buying something. I'm not here to say that all of that is a waste of time. I do think being a straight A student is better than not being a straight A student, but you have to unlearn so much of the culture that comes with that, because all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you've got some guy who was never told he was that smart, but just randomly kind of got a hobby. All of a sudden, he started a business around that, and he had nothing to lose. You as this straight A student who has gotten A's your entire life, who's gotten that great job, who even got that promotion, the fastest promotion of your start group, 1 year into your start date at Google, look at you. Now all of a sudden you want to start a company and you make posts and you make websites and you try and send some email marketing and you make cold calls because you've never done that before and no one gives a shit for a year. And all of a sudden you feel completely worthless because you have no sense of validation. And meanwhile, all of these people that were getting C's, B's, D's, whatever it might be, that didn't really care about school that much, maybe they were a decent student, but they had a lot going on outside of school. They just started something because they were interested in it, and all of a sudden, as they got a little bit of momentum, they just went further and further into it. Maybe they started something on the side because they had a job, it was good, it paid them $100K, but they weren't like over the moon about it, and they wanted to learn how to run a business, and all of a sudden, they get 12, 24, 36 months into something, and they've just got a lot of groundswell because they followed their interests, and they weren't being told, hey, you're a great student, the world is yours. They're just like, yeah, whatever, I mean, I just like this, and then I started posting about it, and then people followed it, and now I guess I just have a business. Don't think that getting straight A's is a path to a great life. It's a path to a very comfortable life, but on the backside of that, and what's really hard to accept is I've seen a graveyard of people that get 35 to 45, and they've got that 200K job, they've got that 300K job, but that's it. That's it. They didn't really try anything when they had the desire, the ambition, the youth on their side, and now at 40, the idea of starting something at zero is almost impossible.